Welcome back. This is Marcus Cameron with the Front Office Podcast, Episode 3, Part 2. Welcome back. Welcome back. We had to have a little Essence of the Earth break. That reminds me, Tees and Trees, marked up clothing coming soon. Hopefully they will be sponsoring the show. That'll be a great thing. Before we get into this Kwame Brown and Shannon Sharp fiasco, I want to give a word of wise to the young graduates that's moving on to the next phase of their lives. Be smart this weekend. You know what I mean? It's nasty here in Columbia, South Carolina. It's raining. The roads are slick. Have fun. Turn up, man. You know what I mean? It's the best part of your life, man. But make sure you go home. You know what I mean? Make sure you get home and make sure your loved ones can see you grow and you can have your own family eventually and have some, kids and some things to look back on and look forward to, raising them. I saw a clip on Instagram. I think it was Kevin Ollie, and he was talking to some young basketball players. I think they were like the OTE guys or the whatever the junior varsity NBA or whatnot, G League affiliates. That's what it's called. And he said the most underrated blessing is leaving your house and coming back home. And I know right now, at that age, it feels like just a guarantee. It's not. Don't let it end now. Be smart. Have fun. Get back home, man. You know what I mean? Your parents don't want to be crying and mourning over you because you made a bad decision at the best point of your life. Make a good decision. All right? Okay. That's my word of the wise to the young graduates. Let's get to it. Shannon Sharp and Kwame Brown. This shit is hilarious. I will say again, I'm going to reiterate, I don't support these two black men chastising each other on Instagram. Now, I haven't seen Shannon Sharp respond the way that Kwame Brown did, but I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of felt Kwame Brown a little bit. The issue is, or what they were discussing is, Kwame Brown jumped on his, I guess this was his Instagram Live. I caught it on YouTube. Shout out to Rico, who messaged me this morning. He was the only person. I'm not about to sit here and act like I got a bunch of people messaging me talk about what I think about this particular subject. But when he sent it to me on Facebook early this morning, I was like, damn, you know what? I thought I was going to go ahead and do an episode, but then I kind of wanted to stay away from it. But that kind of just let me know. Let me just say something about it because maybe people actually care about what we got to say. It was on his Instagram Live, and what they were discussing is Kwame Brown was super upset about Game 4, particularly the last shot that LeBron took, or the game-winning shot. How he approached it. He criticized him in the point of saying, he was going down. He was looking for a foul call. Kobe Bryant would have rose up over him and shot a three. He's never seen an athlete of his size just let somebody take the ball and block his shot that way. And then he kind of went on to... Later on in the live, I watched the entire live on YouTube. I don't have the link for it, but, just search it on YouTube. It'll pop up. But then he actually did give like a real kind of low, like a quick analysis of what he was talking about. He was saying like, in the NBA, bro, like you got to be able to get to a spot in a certain situation and get off a shot. And he said he doesn't have a skill set that allows him to do that. I think I might be misquoting him, but he basically was saying like he don't have that in his bag. And Jordan and Kobe do. That's greatness. He don't care nothing about the championships. He's gonna go down as the greatest statistical guy, and that doesn't tell the story. He's not him. Is the words that he actually used. He's not him. But later on in his life, he did say at this point in his career. In all fairness to Kwame Brown. Anybody knows me, knows I'm a huge LeBron James fan. So when you hear that as a LeBron James fan, you definitely going to cringe a little. It's going to sound like he's taking a shot, and he is. He absolutely is taking a shot. But don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna flip out. I'm not gonna go super LeBron fan page or fanboys or whatever y'all want to call LeBron James fans. This is a show that I'm taking extremely serious. So, I'm gonna look at every aspect of it, and I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna have my favorites, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I agree with Kwame Brown in regards to the last shot. I do. I watched that game beginning to end in the garage, and I was breaking it down when I was watching it. And in that particular situation, I thought that he could have went a different route than that. In that particular situation, I honestly thought somebody else shouldn't have been getting the ball, and not because I don't feel like he can do it. This is what I mean when I say stop getting on the internet and saying goofy shit. Because while I do agree with Kwame Brown, I do agree with him. LeBron could have got a better shot. I don't think he went down there looking for a foul. I think he went down there and Denver played great defense. I'm not sure who was guarding him at the very moment, but I think Jamal Murray was on him. And Jamal Murray made a great play on the ball, and LeBron still tried to get it up. Aaron Gordon got a piece of it. Joker was standing behind him. Here's my breakdown of the play. And it's easy to break down plays once they've already happened. So, again, I'm just going back. I've had a chance to look at it a number of times today, just scrolling the play back. If you look at that play, when you just go and look at the play, the last 4 seconds of the game. LeBron James drives, and they immediately start helping. As soon as he catches the ball and takes one dribble, they're immediately like collapsing on him. Watch Anthony Davis at the top of the perimeter on the wing. He's on the wing side. He's wide open. Joker is literally like under the basket. Anthony Davis is all the way at the three-point line. If LeBron James does what LeBron James does, which is what we know him for, which is making plays, and he kicks that ball to Anthony Davis, it's a wide open three-pointer. Joker's absolutely not getting there in time. The next closest guy is standing in the corner. I believe that's it's not Austin Reeves. I forget who's on the other side. Maybe Lonnie Walker. It might be Lonnie Walker. If LeBron James makes that pass, which even if you don't like LeBron James, I think we all can agree he can make that pass. He's wide open for a three. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Okay. Here's where LeBron James fans, Kobe Bryant fans, Michael Jordan fans clash. And this is something that they will never admit to unless you're dealing with a reasonable fan. They always say, well, y'all always making excuses for LeBron. Okay. Well, I just busted your theory and said I agree with Kwame Brown. It was a bad play by him. He should have made the pass. Here's the honest question that I have to ask y'all. If he would have made the pass and Anthony Davis would have missed the three, can you honestly tell me your response wouldn't have been the same? Can you honestly tell me that? I think if a lot of you who criticize him, LeBron James, I think a lot of you, if you really looked and said and just not trying to disagree, I'm not always right, but I think you could really look at yourself and be like, I would have criticized him. Because you would have said he's supposed to take that shot. Michael Jordan would take that shot. Kobe Bryant would take that shot. How's he supposed to win? And that's not just for him. That's for Michael Jordan. That's for Kobe Bryant. That's for the Jason Tatums. That's going to be for Jokic when they get to the finals. That's for anybody who is considered to be at the top of the league. That's what they're going to judge you by. All the whole stats thing, I don't agree with. This is a pass-first guy who is the all-time leading scorer. While I don't agree that he's the most clutch player in the world, I do agree that he's clutch. I do agree with that. On the reason why I agree with that he's clutch, I've seen it. I've actually seen it. Y'all have too. It's just you need to see it every single time because it's him. See, it's okay if you're a Kobe fan and Kobe misses a game winner. There's a YouTube clip full of those. You can go see him in the playoffs. Michael Jordan too. They all have failures. They all have success. The difference is the difference is people have their favorites. And Kwame Brown, I don't think dislikes LeBron James. I think what he said in that particular moment, and you have to listen to the whole live. You can't just take a clip or take the clickbait and make your decision based on that. You have to literally sit there and listen to the whole thing to get perspective, because in all fairness to him, he's not in the form that I'm in right now, where he's actually recording and trying to get something out there. He does do that, but in that particular moment, he was just on his Instagram live riding to wherever he was going, probably high as hell. We know he smoked, you know what I mean? And he just saying what come to mind. I'm going to tell you the big part that everybody missed, though. The big part everybody missed about that Kwame Brown criticizing LeBron James thing was the fact that he said he lost money. Anybody who's lost money betting, I could have lost money betting on Michael Jordan. And if he missed the game-winning shot, he could have had 50. If he missed the game-winning shot, man, see what I'm saying? That's why his ass don't ever pass the ball. I'm going to be on his ass. I'm telling you, because I done lost my money. You know what I mean? But I don't think it was anything personal. And Shannon Sharp immediately took a shot at him when he when he got on in the morning about, well, what would you have done? Kwame Brown I don't like the term bust. I don't know how many years he played in the NBA. I want to say it's more than 8. I know he played more than 8. That's a successful NBA career at the highest level. I don't care if you're the last guy off the bench. You're getting paid to play basketball. We never put that in perspective. Doesn't mean that guy's trash. Just doesn't mean that he's better than the other guys on the court. Doesn't mean he's trash. If he goes to your local gym, he's whooping ass. Okay? I mean, he racking up. He cleaning up out there. So I don't judge it off of that. I just judge it off of perspective. And you can't sit back and be like, this guy isn't this guy, and then proceed to tear that guy down. That's the thing that kills me. And I see it on Facebook a lot. I see it on Instagram a lot. And it's just like, oh, y'all get so sensitive. Bro, you wake up in the morning ready to troll another grown man that's not playing your team. What are we talking about? Like, who is really living rent-free in whose head? It's not that we ready to fight for LeBron James. It's just we trying to understand if your team is in the Eastern Conference playoffs and LeBron James lose. And I get it. Like, as soon as you lose, that 24-hour period, me and my homeboys always say, you got that 24-hour period to pretty much talk shit. You know what I mean? Like, after that, it's excessive. It's some of y'all asses still posting LeBron James memes right now. I guarantee I can go find one on my timeline right now. So I don't care to defend LeBron in that regards. I mean, he's not perfect. LeBron flops. He uses his power a lot. You know what I mean? He understands who he is, and he understands the power of what he does. At this point in stage in his career, I said it on episode 1, I believe. I don't think he can carry a team. He can't. And that's not an excuse. That's just a fact. It's not 2010 when he was with Miami Heat where he could carry them. And he wasn't carrying them. It's a team sport. I thought Kwame's criticism was right, man. Like, for real, you could have got a better playoff. You could have got a better shot. He don't have that stop and pop in this game. I've never seen it, and that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a skill. A good friend of mine, he'll be joining the show. He loves to tell me that LeBron James doesn't have a skill. I think Kwame Brown said it too. He doesn't have a go-to move. My issue with that is controlling a basketball game on the offensive end, controlling tempo, pace, making sure your guys are getting where they want to. You're getting them in position to be able to score, and you're going and scoring when need be. That's a skill, And because you don't, his argument to me is, well, what do you call it? Basketball IQ. It's called basketball IQ. Every player doesn't have it. It's a lot of guys that will fill it up and give your ass 40 points quick. Malik Monk could give your ass a hot 40 piece if you let him get going. Do I think he's a dumb player? No. Do I think he can do what LeBron James does and control a fucking team? Absolutely not. Hell no. I don't think he can do that. Not at that level. And that's not a knock on him. That's just not one of his skill sets. It's just not, Like, that's not what he gets paid to do. That's not what teams sign him and pay him millions of dollars to do. They pay him millions of dollars to go and be Malik Monk, which is put the ball in the hole, give me a spot, give me a good jolt off the bench. I thought he had an amazing year with Sacramento. Great year. And that's what I mean by the NBA has so much talent. It's not just about one or two people, but those guys dominate the conversation because you are the best at what you do. You're the best and the top of the food chain. It's a lot of people talking about the agenda and the NBA want to push this and the NBA want to push that. Let's grow up, bro, because clearly y'all don't realize that the NBA pushed Michael Jordan down your damn throat. Yes, everybody was a Jordan fan, bro. Like, that wasn't by accident. That wasn't by some miracle. That wasn't by, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. No, when you see his commercial every 4 minutes while in between breaks in his game, that's what the NBA does. It's a business, bro. It's a business. The NBA is a business. The NFL is a business. You want just raw, see a dog play, or go to high school games, bro, because ain't no agenda in those, and those are starting to have agendas. But ain't no agendas in those. The NBA is a business, and they're gonna push. I'm telling you right now, if Jason Tatum wins a championship, the NBA will be pushing for him to be the face of the NBA. I think they're already doing it. He's got the deal with Jordan. He's got a Gatorade deal, Ruffles deal. All of these things are like household stuff, household products that, your kid is going to drink, or your mom, or whoever. You know what I mean? Maybe not the Gatorade for your mom, but she damn sure probably eat some Ruffles. And whose face is on them? You know what I mean? And they still got LeBron on that shit. It is an absolute must that there is a face of of the NBA. I'm not sure about football. I think football holds its own without really having a face. It's just, it's America's sport, bottom line. But the NBA has to have a face. That's why they pushing so hard for the Victor kid from France. I don't know how to say his last name. Who I do think is going to be great. I do. If he can stay healthy. That's a big if. And I think the NBA knows that. They understand that they have to do this by committee right now. They definitely wanted Ja to have a shot at it, but Ja didn't want that shot. He had other plans. And he can still get back in that conversation. I'm rooting for Ja. Even with the dumb mistake the second time, I am rooting for him. He's from Sumter, South Carolina, hometown, Zion. They SC, so I'm always root for him, man. But no, I just because I care about you and I want you to do well doesn't mean I'm a condone goofy shit. I don't know. I don't, get your homeboys from around you, man. Like, why the fuck is they so goddamn the police? Like, they record everything and shit. Like, come on, man. Like, tighten up. Like, somebody got to be responsible over there. But rooting for him, you know what I mean? And, hopefully he gets better. But he does have a shot at still, being able to do that. But, I mean, he took a couple notches down off of his profile, I thought, with that. Jason Tatum can be the golden boy. He can absolutely do it. And that's what the NBA wants. Not necessarily Jason Tatum, but they want somebody to take that torch and lead. and you still got the guy who's been leading the last 20 years playing. That's a good transition for them. It's all business. I think I didn't understand that when I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. And maybe these high school kids do now, but I don't understand. I mean, I didn't understand that. Like the NBA was like pro wrestling, when you think it's real. Not saying that, they not athletes, but, the outcomes is pretty much predetermined. You know what I mean? I never thought that about the NBA. I got too much respect for the game, but I understand, yes, there are agendas that want to be served, just like in the media. I was, I was cool with Kwame talking back because he was getting trashed in the media a little bit. I thought him using his own platform to talk back and say whatever he wanted to say into his, people who might say he's this or he's trash, that standing up for a brother, I can't knock that. I can't knock that one bit, and I wouldn't. I definitely thought he was, a little over the top, but again, it was raw and uncut. So, you got to take the good with the bad, and like I said, I'm not gonna not be. We're not gonna be biased on here. We're gonna have our favorites. I'm a Minnesota Viking fan. I like LeBron. Florida State is my college team. I have extra added motivation when those teams win or those people are successful. I root for those people, but I don't not root for other people just because. That's the part of it that's hating. If the only reason that you're watching the playoffs is to watch LeBron James lose, then you are a hater. Yes, I said it. You are a hater. I know y'all hate that word. It's, he's a fanboy. Did it? No, you just a damn hater. Because who the hell watches a sport to watch a motherfucker lose? Like, come on, man. Now, if he's playing against your team, I get it. I get that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a Denver Nugget fan, I think I've seen one real one on Facebook. I don't know buddy name, but he on my homeboy softball Randy's Facebook all the time. I don't know his name, but he's a real Denver Nugget fan. He's always be screaming at Denver Nuggets. You know what I mean? Haven't seen too many of those. So to be happy somebody else lost, I mean, it just seems like you salty a little bit. But okay, you know what I mean? Cool, whatever. You know what I mean? The connection with Jordan is a feeling of most of us saw Michael Jordan when we first started playing basketball. And that's a connection that's hard to break because it's one of the reasons why you fall in love with the game. But everybody's just like in a relationship, your love is going to grow and mature. And my love for the game has matured to the point to where even when LeBron's gone, bro, I'm going to love the NBA or I'm going to love basketball the same way. When he retires, I'm going to love the game the same way. I couldn't stand Kobe Bryant when he played. Couldn't stand him. Became a huge fan when he retired. I saw a different aspect of him. I saw a different side of who he was, and it made me appreciate even more what he did on that basketball court. I always knew he was cold, but you never heard me say he was trash. Anybody that knows me, never have I ever come out of my mouth and say, oh, he's trash, he ain't him, he ain't this. Kobe Bryant is the number 2 scoring guard to ever play the game of basketball, period. Not even close. In some people's mind, he's better than Jordan. I'm not going to go that far. That's a different subject for a different day. But, yeah, I think you have to, just, look within yourself when you're doing that. It's sports. It's a debate. But it can't be a debate if you're not willing to look at facts. Like I said, I'm a LeBron guy. The fact is he folded in the 2011 playoffs. And I hate to say it like that. That's my guy. But he folded. He didn't play well. He didn't show up. I think he knew that. And he did it. There is no excuse for it. There's no like, oh, well, it should have been because of this and it should have been because of that. Like, nah, bro, like, he just folded. But has he lived up to the hype of what he had coming straight out of high school? I don't think anybody can argue that. I think he's exceeded that hype. And that's very rare when somebody has all that hype and is promised and they actually deliver. And I think that's just something that if you can't appreciate that, you do have to look at yourself as a hater. if I didn't appreciate what Steph Curry has been through, Steph Curry is not one of my favorite players. He's beaten LeBron a lot. You know what I mean? But I love the game of basketball. I can appreciate what he's done and, what his imprint on the game is and the things that he is doing and the record pace in which he's setting and shooting the basketball. Like that's beautiful. It's basketball. It's basketball at its highest level. It's why we watch the game. It's why you pay tickets, pay for, expensive ass tickets to go and see these guys do what they do. Because I don't pay all that money to go watch somebody lose. I don't pay all that money to go and watch another guy lose. Nobody should. If you're doing that, stop, bro. Invest. Don't waste your money like that, because that is the real fanboy activity. That is the real fanboy activity. So, yeah, man, we going way past. I didn't mean to be this long on it. It's a really chippy topic. But yeah, I do. I agree. I know that's gonna surprise a lot of people who know me. I agree with Kwame Brown's assessment of the last shot. Like, he could have got a better shot. He could have absolutely got a better shot. I don't agree with you're not him. I don't agree with you can't get to a spot and get a shot off. Like, he has 5 playoff game winning shots, buzzer beaters, 5 of them. That's a lot, bro. That's a whole lot. I don't use the age as an excuse. Probably tired legs, whatever the case may be. If you're on the court, you're on the court. I just think he is not what he was 5 years ago or even 3 years ago. Still a top 15 player. Still somebody you definitely would add to your roster if you're trying to win the championship. You know what I mean? So that means he's playing at an extremely high level. Still very useful. So I understand the whole, he has to mull over his whether he's going to come back or not. He's got 2 boys that are doing extremely well. He wants to watch them do what they do. I think he'll be back. But yeah, Shannon Sharpe and Shannon Sharpe is on TV. His job is to analyze and give his opinion on sports. He's always been, straight to the point, very uncut with it. But it rubbed Kwame the wrong way, so he had the response that he had. But in reference to what he was saying, he wasn't wrong. He absolutely wasn't wrong. LeBron could have got a much better shot. I mean, he could have made a much better play. I don't think he could have got a better shot because I think Denver knew and everybody in the building knew, and that's when I kind of expect his basketball IQ to take over, and usually it does. But again, if you're a guy who's not necessarily a fan of his, or you find him to be fraudulent in some type of way, shape, or form, if he passes that ball when he should and gets Anthony Davis a wide open shot, just ask yourself. And Anthony Davis misses it. You still gonna kill him. You still gonna say he don't have killer mentality. You know what I mean? That is the part of it that is a no-win situation for anybody. If you're gonna kill him when he make this decision and you're gonna kill him when he make that decision, then I mean, what we talking about here? What are we talking about here? And social media has a lot to do with that. It's just unfortunate. It has its advantages, and it has its disadvantages. Jordan didn't have to deal with it, so he didn't get the advantages. But he also didn't have to deal with it. He didn't have all the disadvantages. He didn't have normal people just uneducated, just wanting to get clicks and likes and just saying shit on the internet. You know what I mean? and a million people tuning into it. So I think it's a real delicate balance with stuff like that. That's always gonna be a chippy subject. But in reference to that, yeah, I don't disagree, bro. Like he definitely could have got a better playoff. And Kwame wasn't wrong, man. You gotta kind of listen, bro. Like, cause again, whether you want to say it or not, I mean, he does have the resume to be able to talk about this kind of stuff. How he did it, burning the jersey and all that. Yeah, that was cap. You know what I mean? That's absolute cap. Ain't nobody burning no jerseys, bro. But yeah, nah, I definitely agree. Um, I would like for them to kind of work that out because it'd be very interesting. I think it'd be a great show to get him on there with Skip and Shannon. But where Kwame done took it, I'm not sure how we gonna be able to sit down and you know what I mean, like have a real conversation. We done seen Unc. Unc don't. He absolutely ain't going for the disrespect. So it's an unfortunate situation. But it led for a good topic. 30-minute damn video. That's great. That's dope. Hopefully everybody tuned in for the length of it. But let me know your thoughts about it in the comments. Click like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in as usual. We'll be back with Game 6 analysis after the game. Go Celtics again for the night. And hopefully we'll get a Game 7 for Monday night. All right? Y'all be easy, man. Stay safe out there. Peace.